The culture in which many of us live tends to focus on product over process. And what's more, we want that product or that skill or whatever it is as quickly and as easily as possible. And when we approach life or learning in this way, it's sometimes been referred to as end gaining, which was coined by an Australian actor called Frederick Alexander, who came up with a form of education called the Alexander technique. And there's an Alexander practitioner called Hilary King who says, end gaining is the tendency we have to keep our mind and our actions focused on the end result, whereby we lose focus, and it's often at the expense of the means whereby the result is achieved. Now, many of the people that I coach who have a strong desire to change their pronunciation or their speech want to do so as fast as possible. And during the coaching, I often ask them at the beginning of sessions, how are you getting on? And this speed, this desire to get things done as soon as possible is their top priority. Now, there was one particular client that I've been coaching recently who was a very successful woman. She was the president of a global pharmaceutical company. She replied to this question with, "It's percolating," which is a term we often apply to coffee making, which means to filter gradually. And she made rapid progress and with apparent ease, not least because she seemed to be interested in the process over the product. So she let the learning filtrate. She was happy just to enjoy the coaching sessions and play with the exercises and let the learning take care of itself. So, if you are in a mad rush to change your speech or your pronunciation or your accent, or you've been told by someone or you've read somewhere that there is some magic quick fix, change your accent in 30 days training program, then don't believe it. It's not true. They're lying to you. If you want the quickest and the easiest way to sound like a native, to change your speech or your pronunciation, is to enjoy the learning, to take your time and to let it percolate. So look, if you're watching this video anywhere else other than my website, head over there, www.englishpronunciationroadmap.com. There's a load of free downloads. There's a load more blog videos that you can have a look at. I've got a YouTube channel as well, English Pronunciation Roadmap. Head over there, you can scroll through all the videos. And right now, scroll down, leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a comment. Just give me some kind of response, and I'll speak to you soon.